Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This is Anykind Media. We are your hosts. My name is Ocean Subiano.
I'm Taylor Vera.
And on this episode, we are going to bring to you our take of the newly released movie starring Brad Pitt and a bunch of other people that I know, but I don't know their names. Has Bad Bunny, Joey King, Sandra Bullock, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brian Tyree Henry, Logan Lerman, and Hiroyuki Sanada. And there's a couple other people as well, but those are kind of like the main characters of what you see on the screen right now. That might be a little bright. Give me 1 second. But this movie just came out this week on August 5th. And we actually did a trailer reaction to this back in, I want to say June, maybe. So if you haven't seen that episode, go ahead and check that episode out real quick. Kind of give you something. The reason why I say that is because I think you need to hear our opinions, or at least my opinion, during that trailer reaction before you listen to what I say in this. So we both watched the movie. I watched it last night. You watched it
Last night.
It was last night? Okay. So it's pretty fresh in our minds. And yeah, we're going to do this, as always, a spoiler-free review, give it a score, and then we'll dive into some spoilers. So stick around and let us know what you think down in the comments below. So, spoiler-free review. I don't know if this is something that we're going to disagree on, but for me, I am, like, from what I said in the trailer review to now, am like completely reversed.
I don't really remember what we said in the trailer.
So if I remember correctly, when we did the trailer review, we weren't too excited about it. We were pretty like just bleh. This just kind of seems like a filler movie. Don't really know much about it. It's starring Brad Pitt. Doesn't look that funny. Stuff like that. It wasn't something that we were looking forward to. But for me personally, after watching it, I was very, very pleasantly surprised by how good the movie was. I don't know. How did you feel?
Yeah. I thought it was all right.
You just thought it was all right?
Yeah.
I thought
I'll say it was probably is better than I thought it was.
Or anticipating.
But I still didn't think it was all that amazing.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say this was the best movie of the year or anything, but I just remember not really, like, belittling or badgering the trailer when we watched it, but I just remember not, like, just kind of saying, like, oh, this doesn't really look that interesting to me. But I actually thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty good. I'm a huge fan of... Well, I don't really know if that's a spoiler. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that part out. But I was a huge fan of the style of the movie. And I'll explain more about that in the spoiler section. But I like that style. I like a lot of the actors that are in this movie. And I think pretty much everybody did a good job. As far as acting goes, I think it was pretty solid. Except for Sandra Bullock. I didn't really care for her in it.
Yeah. Overall, I thought the act, like everybody was okay. I think I don't know, maybe it's just the writing for this movie I thought wasn't that great. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
It's not bad though.
No, I like it when we kind of like disagree a little bit, because then we can kind of flesh stuff out, you know? So, without getting into spoilers right now, as far as what's in the movie theaters right now, well, you've watched more of what's in the theaters right now, because this is the only thing that I've watched in the theaters. I've watched a bunch of stuff that's...
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot right now, but
like if you were going out this weekend, is this what you would probably watch?
I mean, if not like knowing the movie, no, but like if you had not seen anything that is currently in the theater, I mean, only because Top Gun's still in theaters. I would
Oh my
actually go watch
gosh.
Top Gun.
That doesn't count.
But as far as like recently released, I guess yeah. If you just want to go see something like this, wouldn't be bad.
Okay. Cool. All right. Scores. What do you got for a score?
I think a 6.
I'm gonna go 8 on this movie. Only because like I don't know. Maybe it was just like a culmination of my day yesterday and stuff, and just the way things have been going. And I sat down, and this movie just really entertained me. But I really enjoyed it. I had a good time watching the movie again. I really like the style of the movie, and I like a lot of the actors. So I'm gonna go with an 8 on this. I think it was pretty solid. For me to answer my question that I asked you, I definitely think this is the best thing to watch in the theaters right now. So. Take that how you will, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to check it out, go check it out, and then come back and we'll finish out the spoilers. But for now, this is your official
Spoiler alert.
All right. So I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. I thought it was a lot funnier than I was expecting. The two twins, I thought their dynamic and their storyline was funny, but also messed up as well.
They were actually like the twins, in my opinion, are surprisingly probably the two best characters in this movie.
Yeah, and I guess as far as the style that I was talking about in the spoiler-free section, I guess I'm just a huge fan of stories that have all of these intertwining layers and storylines, and then they all come to a head. So. Just with the storyline of the twins, and then also this girl on the right that Joey King plays, this chick, and then this Mexican dude, and the what's her name? The girl with that had the venom.
The Hornet.
And then White Death, and then the father and son. Like I don't know. I guess I'm just a big fan of all of those, how all of them have different storylines, but they all intertwine and interconnect, and they all affect each other, and at the end they all come to a head and produce the final result. And then I will say that the funniest part about the entire story was the fact that Brad Pitt's character wasn't even supposed to be there. That was hilarious to me at the end. I don't know. I think it was funny.
It was alright.
Yeah. What is it about this movie that turned you off?
I mean, it's nothing that turned
it
off. It's
It's
just not. I don't know. It's nothing particularly great. Like it's nothing. Like everything they do or everything that happens in the movie, like yeah, it's entertaining and like there's some funny moments. But I don't know. Like I don't know if it's just the different actors or whatever. Like I said, the twins are my favorite. Brad Pitt to me, surprisingly, even though I love Brad Pitt, his role in this movie I thought was kind of like it was good, and then it kind of like just became stupid to me because it's just like doing the same thing throughout the entire movie, so it just kind of seems stagnant and irrelevant.
I think that was the point, though. I think the point was for the focus, like for us to focus on Brad Pitt's character because we think he's the main character, but in reality, he's not even supposed to be there. So all of the like you said, his character doesn't develop, it doesn't progress any, and like nothing happens to well, not to him, but like he has this like bad luck streak that he calls it. Right. And I think that was the point of his character, was as kind of like a distraction, or not a distraction, but just to get us to focus on him so that all of the other storylines could develop. So I think that's why. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know for sure, but
yeah, I mean
that's the impression that I got from his character.
Even if that was like he's still the star, so like that would just be kind of weird writing, I guess, because he's obviously the star. So
Yeah.
like you can't really, if you I don't know, I guess if you wanted to do that, like I feel like there might have been a better way of doing that. I don't know, but
Yeah, I mean, obviously
kind
we're
of just
not-
whatever. She's irritating.
God,
He's
yeah.
alright. Son.
By the way, when we're referring to the two twins, they're not actually twins.
Yeah.
We're referring to this character here and this character here, which actually I think I have a picture of them. These two. These are the two people that we're referring to.
Yeah.
And they're not actually twins, but they grew up together, and they're referred to as the twins because everybody thinks that.
yeah, but nobody knows what they look like.
Yeah,
or
because
anything.
they're all these people are all like assassins.
They're
and
all assassins. Yeah.
like covert ops people or whatever. So nobody knows their actual identity or who they are. They just refer to them. So these are referred to as the twins. This chick is just crazy. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Pretty much. She's just a spoiled, like, annoying little kid.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of hear. So okay, so you didn't like how Brad Pitt's character didn't develop because he's the star of the
Well,
movie.
he just seems pointless in the movie. Like,
So you think like the movie could have been told without his character?
probably.
The
Yeah.
story could have been told.
Like, I
without
mean,
his
I
character.
get that he kind of just fills in as like somewhat connecting everything, but
Right.
I don't think it's really necessary though.
Interesting. And then obviously neither of us like this girl character.
No, she
so,
was
yeah.
absolutely annoying.
What else did you not like?
I mean, I guess like throughout the entire movie, it all kind of revolves around like his memories, but it's always like intentionally not giving you all
Any
the
answers,
information,
yeah.
which I get it, but it kind of just gets like annoying because like there's always one more thing and one more thing because it basically goes like one by one, right, of like
Right. He's
each
interacting
person, how
with
they're
each
connected
person.
to him, what
Right.
they had, like what they shared or whatever, and then it all connects in the end because it's all just like convenient or coincidental or whatever, or like sometimes on purpose because of like the main villain dude.
Right.
And like I don't know, it's just
I wonder if this is a personal preference thing because for me personally, I actually like that kind of storytelling where you find out how each of these people are intertwined with Brad Pitt's character, and then in the end, like I found out that it was all orchestrated by the White Death, which is this person in the mask, right? Who is the ultimate mob boss or whatever, and he had orchestrated all of this because everybody in this photo was involved with his wife's death somehow, except for Brad Pitt's character,
right.
who was filling in for Carver. That scene was
Of
so
course,
funny,
it's
dude. It was
Ryan
so
Reynolds.
funny. It was freaking Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, of course.
And it was literally like a split second of just seeing Ryan Reynolds, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think maybe it's a personal preference thing, but I enjoy that kind of storytelling, I guess.
I mean, it's all right. It's just like basically everything happened because of the White Death.
Right.
But the reasoning to me is just like really kind of like they weren't connected because of like his wife. He was just because he mistook him for Carver.
Right.
Everybody else just kind of just happened to get picked and be on the train conveniently. Like they were hired.
Well, no,
But they
'cause-
weren't specifically hired for, what happened with his wife. Like they had connections, but it wasn't specifically because of that. He was specifically picked to be on that train for that. They were just picked because they were just assassins, and he just wanted a bunch of people on this train to kill each other.
The twins were involved with the wife's death, though, because they were the ones that killed a whole bunch of White Death's associates in Bolivia, and that's why the White Death wasn't in the car, and that's why his wife was in the car. And then, I can't remember. There's some. No, I think that was it. But the Hornet, she wasn't involved, and then the Mexican dude wasn't.
They were like I said, they were just there conveniently, and they happened to be connected to Brad Pitt because all three of them were at his wedding or whatever, and then like she just for some reason was hired to kill all of them.
The Hornet was hired to kill. The Hornet was originally hired to kill the White Death's son on the train. And then she had also done a job where she killed a whole bunch of people at a wedding, and coincidentally, for some reason, Brad Pitt had infiltrated that wedding, which they never explained to us why he was there. But he was at that wedding, and that wedding was this Mexican dude's wedding. It was him and his bride, but he survived because he didn't drink the wine or whatever it is that was poisoned.
They don't actually say specifically.
Yeah, what killed them, but something. She poisoned something that everybody but him ingested, and they all died, and he was the only one left. So he wanted revenge. So he got a contract to kill the Hornet, but the Hornet was on the train to kill the White Death's son.
Well, that's not really true because the White Death says in the very end, "I hired all of you to kill each other on this train." So he gave her a contract.
Well, he was hoping that they would all kill each other because they're just all assassins, and they're eventually.
Like I said, that was the intention. He gave them contracts, which is not even real contracts. Like they were real to them because they just think it's just a normal contract. But the actual intention was just to kill each other, not to actually do anything particular. Like, he was contracted to steal a suitcase. He doesn't actually care about the suitcase. He just wanted him to be there so that they would all kill each other. They were there escorting the suitcase.
And the son, but the son died.
Yeah. And then, like I said, she was there to kill the son, which she did, but doesn't really matter. I'm assuming the wolf was hired to also kill the son.
I'm guessing because the wolf had a contract on the Hornet. Because remember he had the envelope with the X's. But I'm guessing he got that contract from the White Death. Is what I'm guessing.
Well, he did say he hired all of them.
Yeah.
The only one that wasn't like totally not included whatsoever was her,
the female, right?
The daughter.
And that's where the two Asian guys, Hero's character and the other guy on the right hand side, come into play because she pushes this guy's son off of a roof to put him in the hospital so that this guy gets pissed off and wants to find out who pushed him off the roof so he can go kill that person, which he figures out that it's this person or this girl that did it. So he goes on the train to kill her, but he was expecting a male because of the name. I don't even remember what her name was. What was her name? Prince.
Yeah, Prince.
He was expecting a male, and so he went in to kill her, and then she got the best of him because she's like cunning or whatever, and she had planned all this stuff because she wanted to kill the White Death too. So, at what point did you know that she was the White Death's daughter? Did you figure it out pretty early, or did it take you until the end?
No, it was probably like, I don't know, like halfway through. Like a lot of the things that happen in this movie, they're all very foreshadowing and suggestive. Yeah, so like everything is kind of just like predictable. So like,
right.
But I mean, there's certain things that it doesn't really take away from it. Well, specifically the twins.
Yeah.
So it's very predictable that he does not die because they explain when they're talking about it between them.
Yeah. Why
the whole wearing the vest thing. And then on top of that, when he falls asleep because of the sleep powder or whatever, and the way that she shoots him is specifically done in a way so that you know that he's not dead because he was shot in the vest.
Torso.
And then, which is probably why I didn't like Brad Pitt's character more, is because not only is it just like him being a stupid, like, I'm unlucky all the time.
Yeah.
and then he literally kills him accidentally for
You're
no
talking
reason.
about the other twin,
Yeah.
the white twin.
For no reason. Like, literally no reason. I don't even understand.
He saw that he was pointing a gun at the female character, and he was just trying to be a good guy because he thought that this guy was going to harm an innocent civilian. And so he, like, tried to wrestle the gun away from him, and then he ended up shooting him while wrestling the gun away.
There's no way you can mistake that. He was literally standing there.
Yeah.
Like, yes, he was pointing a weapon, but he's standing there talking to you. And that's like him. That's like me explaining to you, look, she's not who you think she is.
No,
and
no,
he's just like,
No, remember, he came from behind him through the door. Because he was pointing the gun at this girl down, like, one car of the train, and then Brad Pitt's character came through the door behind him, and, like, they didn't talk. He just went straight for the gun.
No, he's talking to him the whole time. He's trying to steal the gun from him. And he just chooses not to do anything besides argue with him.
while he's trying to steal the gun.
Like, you have the whole time to, like, understand what he's telling you and stop. Like, it's not just like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna, and then, like, you're an assassin and you can't disarm a dude, like, casually. Like, you had the full advantage and everything. And you're just like,
He's unlucky, bro.
I'm unlucky. Yeah, okay, I get it. It's the guy at the first, like, 30 minutes. And so basically kills him for no reason, again, by accident. Is also an idiot because for some reason everybody just believes this stupid girl,
God.
which doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, again, these are all assassins.
Yeah.
So you should have a more than average, like, awareness of people
Being able
and
to
how
read
they
people.
are.
Just like this guy
Just like
could
he
read him
does.
like Thomas the
Which
Tank
is
Engine.
probably the best part of this movie.
Yeah.
Is his little, like,
Reference
it's funny, like, them arguing about it all the time and the stickers and stuff. And it's the moment when she, tricks him for some stupid reason
Yeah.
again. But then she walks past, he sees that she has Diesel sticker on her back.
Right.
And he's like, oh, it makes sense now. Like, no shit. There's
No
nobody
shit,
else on the
Sherlock.
train.
That was at that point.
That's
I was
another
like-
thing that's
It's like
stupid.
she's the only one on the train. You were told that everybody got off of the train. You don't think that anybody left on the train is going to be
I think,
a problem or a threat? Like, come on. Because he was told over the phone
Yeah.
that he bought all the tickets for
From
the rest
the
of the
White
stop
Death,
and that
yeah.
everybody had gotten off and that there was nobody else on the train.
Right.
So anybody else on the train has a reason to be there that's connected to your reason. So you should already be suspicious.
Or they're just, just sus.
You should be suspicious no matter
For
what.
sure, yeah.
Like, you shouldn't just walk past and be like, oh,
I mean,
little
honestly,
girl.
even if you weren't told that,
Yeah,
like,
you should still
I'm
be
telling you,
kind
if
of
I was
sus.
on that train and I noticed that there's nobody else on the train,
Yeah.
that's a little weird.
It's a little sus. No, I agree with you on that part. Let's see here. Yeah, she's so she ends up being the White Death's daughter, the mob boss. I knew she was the White Death's daughter when she was walking down the car and she walked past the White Death's son and, like, looked at him and then spit on his face and threw his head back towards the window.
Oh, yeah,
I knew
yeah.
she was the White Death's daughter. I was like, oh, this is a jealousy play out of her. This is that kind of thing. We get a lot of banter out of these two, which, like you said, these are your two favorite characters out of the movie, and I'd probably agree. I think they're funny the way that they banter and they fight, and it's very English like, because they both have English accents and they're from England or whatever. But it's just funny. This dude. Oh my gosh, this dude was, like, comically funny, like, not funny like, oh, he's funny, but it's just like, it's so stupid it's funny kind of thing, because he just walks onto the train and just tries to kill people and then he gets wrecked by a briefcase.
Well, it's because, like, he, again, just coincidentally is stepping on the train for a contract, but then sees Brad Pitt and is like, this is my chance.
Yeah.
To get vengeance.
Vengeance. It all comes back to vengeance, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. But he gets wrecked by a briefcase. He throws a knife at a briefcase, and then the knife bounces back and stabs him. And then he's like, mi corazón. I was just like, oh my gosh, like it's so
Again, like a lot of
stereotypical.
like a lot of things that happen are either stereotypical or just like very convenient.
Right, and I think that was, I think that was the intention of the show or of the movie for them. There's characters that you like. Every character either has good luck or bad luck, and then it's all about how fate plays out that stuff. Then we get this guy. This is the White Death. He reveals himself as the White Death at the end, which I love this character, Michael Shannon, or actor, I should say.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Michael Shannon. I love Michael Shannon as an actor. So when I saw this scene where because this is the first time you see his face. Any other time the White Death is on screen, he's wearing the mask. Yeah. And when I first saw Michael Shannon as the White Death, I was stoked. I was like, this is awesome. I love Michael Shannon, and I'm stoked to see him play this role. And I think he did all right. I don't think he was amazing, but he did all right.
He did okay. It's just his character.
His character had a little bit of just didn't make I don't know.
It didn't really have much
a whole lot of sense. But yeah, he's essentially a grieving widower, and decided to wanted to kill a bunch of people. So the movie ends with him and his like army of guys at the Kyoto stop, waiting for all the assassins. Half of them are dead already, and whatever. So he wants to kill everybody. He gets on, and they end up finding a way to defeat him. Using Hiroki Sanada's samurai techniques.
Of course,
being like a plum. I mean, anytime this dude is on screen, it's a good time, man. Anytime.
Yeah, he's great.
Let me rephrase that. Anytime this dude is on screen with the sword, is a good time. And that sword was a beautiful sword.
I mean, he's still cool without a sword.
Yeah, he's still cool with that sword. But with the sword, even better.
Yeah.
That sword was dope. Like, I knew, obviously, the cane was a sword. Everybody knew the cane was a sword. But I'm talking about, like, the sword. The blade itself was a beautiful blade. Again, I'm diving into my bladesmith stuff, but it's just a beautiful blade. Yeah. So they end up defeating him. The train gets derailed and just goes on this
insane, like Fast and the Furious level.
Yes, Fast and the Furious. I agree.
And Brad Pitt's character just conveniently flies through, doesn't hit anything,
because this is of his fate, bro. It's all about fate.
That little
freaking stuffed animal thing,
which I don't know what. It just again conveniently is there.
Well, that's why it's all about convenience, right? And then, there's a lot. Yeah, that's how it ends. I do want to spend a moment to talk about the train itself. I know that I mentioned when we were when we did the trailer reaction, I know I mentioned I've ridden a Shinkansen or a bullet train before.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that the whole scene of them, the door opening, them getting sucked out the door, and Brad Pitt is holding on to like the door hinge, and the one twin is holding on to his leg, and it's very like Mission Impossible-esque. There's no fucking way. All right.
There's a lot of stuff in this movie that there's no reason, there's no way it's happening.
But like that one in particular, because a lot of the other stuff I just accepted and brushed off because, like, all right, that's just the tone of this movie. The tone of this movie is that there's the people have good luck and bad luck, and that fate is going to will people into the positions that it wants them to be in. But that one, I was like, nah, sorry, that one, can't accept that one. Those trains are going ridiculously fast, and there's no way that you're holding on to a seatbelt, and then the dude is holding on to your leg out the door. And then on top of that, the twin runs and jumps on the back of the freaking bullet train, and then like punches through the window to get inside. Nah, sorry, dude.
Yeah. Well,
those things are like reinforced plexiglass.
Even the what's his name? White Death's men, even like they were standing on top, walking, the typical movie thing.
I'm sorry. Those
Even
stuff was a little too
even
far
on a
for
regular
me.
train, I feel like that'd
That's
be very
super
difficult.
hard.
Because
Yeah.
you're just moving at an extreme speed with no thing in front of you to block the
Right. You're just getting
wind.
hit by wind. Your body is a sail at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I that was the only, like I said, the
There's
other
some
stuff.
funny deaths and stuff in here. Too.
Yeah. The other stuff I could brush off, just chalk it up to that's just the tone of the movie. But that, I guess it's simply just because I've been on one of those trains and I know how fast those things freaking go. Like literally, when those things go through the
know they're,
station,
super fast. 'Cause, like I said, we had them in Korea, but like
yeah, oh yeah, that's right, too.
that doesn't. The whole thing,
It's crazy,
Just that
dude.
one scene doesn't bother, like all of it.
I remember
bothers
standing
me.
in the train station, and I remember one of them coming through, I guess that particular train doesn't stop at that station, but those fuckers don't slow down, dude.
Oh no,
Those things just
because the whole
at
point
the
is to,
180 miles an hour that they
the whole
go
point
at.
is to be a fast transportation.
And they just fly through. And I remember sitting there with Kristen, and then all of a sudden I just felt this huge gust of wind, and I like looked to my left, and I just caught like a glimpse of the tail end of the train, and I was like, did that train just blow through here? And Kristen's like, oh yeah, that happens all the time. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Trains just blow through here with no warning? Like, that's crazy. But yeah, so there, like you said, there's a lot of ridiculous things that happens. There's a lot of crazy deaths. I will say that this movie is, again, it's not super duper gory or anything, but it's not shy either.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, there's blood and stuff happens, and there's a lot of insinuations, like the whole Bolivia job thing.
Oh yeah,
It's gross. But so this movie is rated R, and it's rated R. Like, this is a good rated R to me. Like, it should be rated R. So don't take your 10-year-old kids to this movie, please. It's probably not a good idea.
yeah, wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, not a good idea. But other than that, again, I think that it's the best thing that you can watch in the theaters right now. It's not the best movie of the year, definitely not. But for me, it was a nice, refreshing thing to watch at the end of a long, hard day for me. And I guess maybe it's personal preference on the type of storytelling. And because of that, I was able to kind of brush off some of the things that you couldn't get past. But at the end of the day, we're not always going to like everything. Like, we're not always going to like the same things.
Well, yeah, obviously.
So, and that's what this is about. That's what this channel is about, right? For us to be able to, for people to get different opinions and get different viewpoints from an average daily person. So,
yeah.
You got anything else you want to share about the movie? Let me see if
No.
I have any other pictures. Yeah, this dude's weird. Nah, that was it. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know down in the comments below. Did you like this movie? We got a little bit of a split decision here between me and Taylor, so we need your help with us to help us decide the outcome of this movie. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you not? What were the things that you didn't like or did like? Let us know down in the comments below. We appreciate you guys being here as always. Please like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend, and also I'd like to introduce you to our channel mascot. His name is Henry. I don't know why.
Welcome, Henry.
That was the first name that came to my head. But yeah, this is our channel mascot. I think. I don't know. I was just making stuff up. But yeah, please like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Bye, guys.